I'm a cancer dog owner as well as a vet, and I want the best for my dog like most people do. And what I found was when I've changed my dog onto plant-based food, the transformation was frankly amazing. I did it for a different range of reasons, but the transformation in him has made me realise what benefits we can gain from feeding our dogs plant-based food. His coat is super shiny, his weight was much improved. You know, he was a slightly overweight Labrador, and now he's a pretty perfect weight Labrador, which in itself is no mean feat. And on top of that, he just has so much energy. He's 11 now, and I really firmly believe that all of these things will reduce his risk of getting more cancer in the future.
I was a small animal veterinarian for nearly a decade, treating cats and dogs, mostly around London. In 2015, I went to the University of Winchester and set up a new centre for animal welfare at the university. And I've spent the last couple of years doing a lot of really exciting studies into the health outcomes of cats and dogs maintained on vegan diets and related topics. The first thing we did was we surveyed more than 4,000 pet guardians, which was the biggest one that's ever been done, to find out how many of those might be interested in these alternative diets and what were the key factors of concern to them. We found that about 46% of all these pet guardians would be interested in alternative diets like vegan diets if their top concerns were met. They had all sorts of concerns, but the top 5 were concerns about pet health outcomes, the diet quality and nutritional soundness, the palatability, so how much they like their diets, and also environmental sustainability. We have been doing studies that have been focusing on each of these key areas since that time. So we published the first really large-scale study of health outcomes in dogs earlier this year, and we had more than 2,500 dogs in the study, which is by far the biggest one that's been published so far. And we found that the healthiest and least hazardous diets for dogs were nutritionally sound vegan diets, which is very exciting. Since then, there's been another really large-scale study, more than 1,000 dogs, that's been published by researchers from Guelph Vet School in Canada. They also found that the healthiest diets were nutritionally sound vegan diets. And on top of that, they found that the previously owned dogs were living 1.5 years longer on average than the dogs fed meat-based diets. So if a dog is living 1.5 years longer, that's like a person living an extra decade at the end of their life. So our dogs are getting significantly more time, it seems, if they're on nutritionally sound vegan diets, and their quality of life is also improved because they seem to be having less problems with arthritis, mobility, musculoskeletal problems, body weight problems, and also itchy skin and related skin concerns. So it's incredibly exciting.